Beerzerker mystery beer. One that brewed got switched around. Let's see if we could taste what it is, right? I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but alright. Lots of smoke there. Yeah, this is the Winterfest Brewhouse kit. Quite certain. We'll know for sure when we take a drink here. Oh wow, it's carbonated pretty good. Hence the smoke. Well conditioned. Been aging for quite some time, so and I hopped the kit. So it's been dry hopped, and I think I threw some hops in the boil too. You don't have to boil your Brewhouse kits, but I believe I did with this one. Well, a lot of good flavors in there, especially with the extra hops. It's always a good idea to throw some hops in, you know what I'm saying? This is a pretty good results out of a homebrew kit. My buddies did the Winterfest before, and I tried that, and they threw some Scotch soaked oak chips in it, and it was pretty good Scotch, and there's some Scotch left over from there, so there was quite a bit of Scotch flavor in there. That was really good. This one I just added some hops, and I believe I boiled it for a bit and threw hops in there and then dry hopped it. But the thing I don't like about these kits, like they're pretty good, but there's an acid that they put in, and then you got to counteract that by adding your pH adjuster. That's what that pack of looks like baking soda, and if you taste it, it tastes kind of like baking soda, to counteract the acid that's been put in the bag of wort. And I believe that's what's going on, as far as I can tell. I think there's some kind of ascorbic acid or something in there, and that I can taste it. Maybe you can't taste it, but I can taste it. But other than that, this beer's got a great mouthfeel. It's got a really good carbonation. The hops was a good idea. Winterfest, I like the style of beer. It's for those of you who haven't tried it, it's a dark, it's a darker beer. I think I pitched aftermarket yeast in here too. Nottingham and Danstar probably, or Nottingham, Windsor. It's kind of a swampy tasting beer, and I have had other Winterfests. I think Innis and Gunn has a Winterfest that I recommend picking up if you can still get it. I don't know if it's seasonal or not. Innis and Gunn makes some pretty cool beer. It's a little bit it's got a strange mouthfeel because of the base in it, the pH adjuster. You really notice it with the Brewhouse Stout kit. I just tried the plain old stout, and it was a plain Jane stout. It was very charred, very charcoal. It was good. You said you could really taste the base from the pH adjuster in it. So that's just what I worry about with the kits. They do have a little better flavor from being a bag of wort than the extract, but then the acid and the base I can kind of I don't like though. I'd almost rather have the extract, and then tweak it up enough that it tastes good. But I'm gonna do a video and show you how I do all grain, and that turned out pretty good. I just gotta, I think, hopefully my suspicions are correct, and I just need to adjust my boil a little bit and work on that kind of thing. But like this is drinkable and everything, but such better results with you know. Sorry, I know my glasses broke. With so much better results. First time doing all grain with barley that I sprouted and everything than with any of these kits. And I've done these kits over and over and over again, and they're pretty good, and you can hype them up and add extra grains or whatever if you want. But if you add extra grains, why not just do all grains? If you're boiling grain, why don't you just boil a whole bunch of grain and say screw the kit and save yourself 40 bucks. And the thing about all grain is why I'm here to promote it, because I think it'll be more fulfilling to you, and I think in the long run it'll get you a beer that you want to drink more. And I'm here to show you that you don't need all the equipment that you see guys have. I'm sure it'd be nice to have all that, but we're gonna red green it together, and we're gonna throw together some all grain, and all I use is a pot. A few pots. I got a bigger stainless one I got from Crappy Tire, and for 40 bucks. And I use a blender to blend up the barley instead of a grain mill, and I use strainers instead of a sparge system. And you can make it work and eventually build your equipment up to where you need it, and you'll be happy that you just went all in into the all grain, because I think it's a lot cheaper, and I think you can make way better beer, to be quite honest. Even these kits, they kind of smell weird, but you kind of get the harsh kind of, I guess, bitterness or something in the back. Like, you get kind of a weird flavor out of the kits at the back because of the pH adjuster and the acid. So it's drinkable. For 40 bucks you get like 50 something beer out of it. I have a few 500ml bottles in there too, but I get about 54 beer, and there's a few 500ml in there. Works out to like, I can't remember now, but it's almost $1 a beer by the time you throw in the cap and everything, and not including your time. And I think you get sick of it. I did. So it's a lot of fun and it's a good experience, but I think that I'm just here to advocate. Move on to all grain. Don't be scared. If you're fairly innovative, you'll have some kind of method that you'll come up with on the fly to deal with it. I mean, medieval people were making beer, and they were still throwing shit out the window, so I think we should be able to pull it off. Yeah, it's aged a long time. There's aftermarket yeast in there. I hopped it, and it's still not real impressive. So, and I fermented it cool. I had a good ale fermenting temperature, which is very important. And so I don't know how much more can you do to your kits. You can add grain after you add a pack of aftermarket yeast. If you pick it up at the brew store, it's like $5, and it's 40 bucks for the kit, so you're 45, and then you throw some extra grains and you throw some extra hops in, you're up over 50 bucks, and you drove around to get it. I go to the seed guys. They give me I got a garbage can full of barley. You know, for like $20. Yeah, if I was gonna give this a rate, I'd give it a 4 out of 11. And it's pretty good kit brew. Like, it's carbonated well. I know I've had some home brews from dudes that was pretty gross, and I've had some that are a lot better than this, but usually the better ones are from partial grain. That's right. That's how you get some. That's how you mask the pH adjuster a little better. I say 4.5 out of 11. That's realistically where it's at. So we'll do an all grain video. This is pretty low speed, pretty tired. Kit's a kit. Just go all grain.